would say that we have very good relations with Hong Kong. Historically, we have established relations as early as during the Spanish time. So Hong Kong served as a refuge to Philippine revolutionaries. They came here and planned activities that led to the independence of the Philippines. Rizal stayed here for 6 months, from 1891, December of 1891 to June of 1892. And that's why here in Hong Kong, we celebrate, or we at least commemorate Rizal's stay here. And of course, you know very well that the first Philippine flag was sewn in Hong Kong. So this is very historical. That's why we have very special relations with the people of Hong Kong. Now, again, Hong Kong plays a very important role in the life of Filipinos. We have 210,000 Filipinos here in Hong Kong now, 194,000 of whom are overseas Filipino workers, mainly domestic workers. And we have some 16,000 permanent residents, and around 1,000 those working under work visa, which means they're professionals or technical people. So mainly, that's the importance of Hong Kong. But economically, Hong Kong is a very good partner of the Philippines. We have very robust trade relations with Hong Kong. There's an exchange of products like for both exports and imports. We trade electronic products, but we are trying to promote here in Hong Kong the export of fruits and agricultural products, because even if Hong Kong is very near, we are unable to export more of agricultural products, and would like to do that, including seafood and fish. And also manufacturing, that we are trying to do is to invite Hong Kong investors, businessmen, to relocate to the Philippines, since it's very near and we have all the resources, especially human resources that can be employed. Hong Kong and the Philippines provide practically the same services. We are into services, Hong Kong is also into services, and that's why we can actually complement each other, especially under the Belt and Road Initiative. We can play as the gateway to Southeast Asia, since we are the nearest. And we are promoting here also tourism. While the tourism arrivals is not really that big, in the past 3 years, 2014, 2015, 2016, it runs only from 118,000 to around 126,000. And that's small compared with Filipinos coming to Hong Kong. It comes to around 800,000 annually, 700 to 800,000. That's why we are trying our best to promote the Philippines as a safe and secure and fun destination. The consulate itself, since 2015, we have organized 6 familiarization tours, which are paid for by our target audience, like participants, like the consular people, the diplomats, and businessmen, so that these businessmen who can afford to travel to other countries will also consider the Philippines as a prime destination for tourism. And I think we are kind of successful in this, because even my colleagues, they are the ones telling their friends now that the Philippines is indeed a safe, secure, and fun destination. Well, mainly because we take care, the consulate takes care of the Filipinos. That's our main clientele. Our very good relations with the Hong Kong authorities, particularly the Labor and Welfare Department. Recently, we were successful in influencing or inputting to policy. With our negotiation, the Hong Kong government also consulted other labor-sending countries, but we initiated it, the Philippines initiated that a safety clause be included in the standard employment contract for foreign domestic workers. In fact, that negotiation only took around 2 months, so that it happened in August or September, and by January, the Hong Kong government, or specifically the Hong Kong Immigration Department, issued a new standard employment contract. It now includes a safety clause on the cleaning of the external part of windows, which had been dangerous. You know, it's risky because we Filipinos, and even the other Southeast Asian countries, live in low houses, like 1-level homes. But here, as you can see, it's all high-rise buildings, and we are not used to the heights. So that cleaning of windows the safety clause has been included in the new standard employment contract, which has been used starting January 1, 2017, and we can say that we were the ones who initiated that. And the Hong Kong government has been very receptive to our inputs to policy making. The code of practice is really for placement agencies. All the representatives or consulates general of labor sending countries were asked to give inputs. Yeah, to give inputs or comment on the code that was drafted. So we were given, I think, 3 months to give our inputs to this. And recently, that has been promulgated. And the Hong Kong government, actually, to give more teeth to it, is planning to, actually already scheduled, that this code of practice be not only a code, they will actually put it into legislation. In fact, since I came into this office, I assumed as Consul General in September. I was here in June, middle of June of 2014. And in September, we were able to come up to form this a technical working group with the Labor Commission and the Hong Kong Immigration Department. So every quarter, the technical working group meets and to sort out problems, especially if there are problems that are raised to us, specific problems, and we also discuss these matters with the technical working group. So if there are other more pressing issues, then we can just call each other and set a meeting. So I think that facilitates a lot of work, a lot of consultations towards the resolution of issues and problems. We do receive letters, and every day I read letters, and if these are work related, we refer it to the Philippine Overseas Labor Office. We coordinate very well because it's still, POLO is part of the Philippine Consul General. And we sort out and we check with those who write letters if they would like this discussed with the TWG. And yeah, indeed, if a matter is discussed, then of course, resolutions are forthcoming. And if, let's say, violations of contracts are established, the POLO calls the airing agency, or we raise it to the technical working group. It's Hong Kong Immigration Department or the Labor Office, depending on the issue that's involved, that calls the attention of the airing employer or the agency. Well, a lot of people, a lot of our OFWs are excited. In fact, they have been clamoring for him to visit. Well, unfortunately, there's not much time for preparation, and it's happening on a Saturday. As I said, about 92% of our Filipinos are domestic workers, and out of the figure of 194,000, 95% observe their day off on Sundays. That's why when you're here on Sundays, you see, you know, people all around on the sidewalks, everywhere, worldwide and everywhere. And very few take their day offs from Monday to Saturday. So, and of course, they don't own their time. Maybe next time when the president comes, he comes on a Sunday. I myself, I always, whenever I'm invited to events, like, you know, here in Hong Kong, we have partners. We have very many partners, Philippine organizations, NGOs, and they are into trainings, financial literacy trainings. The consulate itself, here we have established or entered into agreements with at least four groups. One that provides health and wellness seminars and consultations. Another one that also trains us to be more effective service providers, and at the same time provides us the teacher for Cantonese, because we hold Cantonese classes here at the consulate on Sundays. And then we have a partnership with an NGO that provides mentoring and training on financial literacy. And also another one that actually provides long-term courses with their partnership with Ateneo de Manila University. And not only that, you have organizations that are into skills training. A lot of trainings are going on in Hong Kong. And I always tell the Filipinos, our countrymen, to prepare for the return to the Philippines, that Hong Kong is not their home. They have to go back to the Philippines. They're here temporarily to achieve their goals, their aspirations in life, like sending their children or their siblings to school, finishing school, putting up a small business, and well, if they have professions like the yearly since I think 2005, a long time ago, the Professional Regulations Commission on a yearly basis administers the licensure exam for teachers, and we encourage those graduates of education to take that exam so that they can go back to the Philippines and practice their professions and help their communities. They go back to their own communities and help, because we need teachers and those who can do business. If possible, they don't only provide employment to themselves, to the members of their family, if they can, to provide jobs even to their neighbors in the community. So we're looking here long term. We encourage our people to shy away from vices, from debts, because that's one of the issues here. To learn how to save and prepare for the future, because as I said, Hong Kong is not their permanent home. Hong Kong provided the biggest turnout of OFW voters all over the world. We had something like 46,000 voters who voted here in Hong Kong, and 66% of that voted for President Duterte. So those who cannot be accommodated, pasensya na po, because as I said, security is of utmost importance, and we are not able to provide a big venue.